Sorry for my tardiness, per usual, but had to get some stuff done this morning. Alright. Welcome. We're going to be looking at Arc Raiders today. Alright. They updated? Did they update the... They must have. Finally. Interesting. Welcome. Gonna be taking a look at Arc Raiders today across all 4 devices. That's the Legion Go 2, Xbox Ally X, Xbox Ally, and the Steam Deck. I already did settings for this, so it's gonna be a rehash of that, but gonna do some head-to-head competition, try to get some like-for-like settings, see what who takes the crown there. I don't know why it's at 30 FPS. It more than likely was me. Yep, that was me. So let me go ahead and fix that. Turn that off. We are at efficiency, 30 TDP. Just got to set up my stream and then we can go ahead and get started. But welcome. We'll be getting started here shortly. Oh, I didn't even test the audio. Yeah, it's alright. Who cares? Welcome. You're just trying to get people up in the stream anyway. That don't matter. Let's go here. Let's go to upload that short. We gotta go to... I don't even be fooling with Instagram, but we're gonna do it this time. Instagram. They don't like me on Instagram. Alright. Almost there. Got that. Cool. And we're done. Share. Okay. Alright. Should be good now. I got everything I need posted. Right. Feel like my little TikToks. Thank you. I don't play this game, so it's going to be more of me just looking at settings and trying to get the best out of it. I've already done optimizations on this, so those are already posted on my channel. If you have not seen those, so you will be able to use those to kind of get an understanding of where I'm going to start. I don't think I'm going to be changing much, but we'll see. I'm about to go pull those Arc Raider Legion Go 2 settings up. Good thing with my videos is they usually sit at the top. Not this one. Arc Raiders. Okay. Dang, I did a 41-minute video on this? Oh, I must have just had a bunch of gameplay. Let's see. Can y'all hear that? Oh, no, y'all good. So we were at 1600 by 1000. We were at 20 TDP? Really? Oh, wow. Well, let's try it at 20. Why is it still stuck at 30 right now? I don't have any. Oops. What was that? I don't have any performance things on. Why is it stuck at? Okay. Let me see if it's a. Oh, it was. I had a cap on for this game? That don't make sense. Okay, we're gonna go back. Let's just stick it at 30. 20 might be the recommendation, but let's keep it at 30. Arc Raiders run horribly on your Steam Deck. GG's. But we're gonna be playing it anyway. Hans. Menu is locked at 30. It don't look like it. You sure? I don't think the menu locked at 30. I think it was me. And or maybe I just got around it. I don't know. Anyways, let's go and look at our settings first. Like I said, I did do a video on this already. But we're going to kind of continue to look at it, see if there's any settings, graphics. We were at 1600 by 1000. This was frame gen was off, VSync was off, AMD anti-lag was on. We was at 100% on the end scaling. We were using FSR3 balance, which is everything is still right there. Let me see if there's anything else that we changed. Field of view was still 75. Motion blur was still enabled. Motion blur intensity, they must have just added that slider. We didn't have that before. Ray tracing was at static, if they allow me to do that. Yeah, that's still there. Global illumination was low. They changed a little bit of the settings. Did they take away the global illumination? Oh no, that's it. Sorry, I'm tripping. Overall quality level is still custom. We have view distance at high. I remember changing that, and I kind of explained that in the cliff notes. Custom anti-aliasing was still medium. Shadows was not high actually. We must have had some additional performance gains. Shadows high, post processing was high, but really I had these at medium. So let me check my notes, make sure I didn't say something different in the comments. Oh yeah, I went to high as well on the shadows and view distance, but medium should have stayed the same for post-processing. So I'm not sure how that got changed. So we go back to medium. And then we had low on effects, low on reflections, foliage was medium. And then we had global illumination sitting at low. Yeah, they kept my settings except for that one, which I don't understand how that happened. But okay. How's the game running on the LAX? I have no idea. I haven't played it yet. And I'm playing on an Xbox Ally X, not the Rogue Ally X. So I wouldn't know about that one. What's the toughest city, or like the one that runs the worst? Anybody know? What's the worst performing place? Appreciate the follow, Lewis. Anybody know the toughest place to run on here? Blue Gate? Let's try blue gate. I don't really care about any of this stuff, so just ready up. Are you sure you're done packing? Yes. Don't care. I don't care. I don't play this game. Sorry, guys. But I will test it and make sure it is good. Is my mic peaking? I hope it's not peaking. Spaceport. Uh-oh, we got a head-to-head battle here. Blue Gate or Spaceport? I'm gonna go Blue Gate. DJ, I do Spaceport next. Hans been around for longer. I go for my seniority. Oh, Spaceports is indoors, less demanding. Gotcha. All right. We're just going, we're running until we get ourselves killed, guys. That's about it. I want to actually get attacked by some AI. Am I going the right way? Let's go to a hot zone. Let's go here. Wait, no, that's not a hot zone. This is a hot zone. Let's go. Oh. Does this game do free kits or no? Who are they fighting? Obviously not me. Wow, this is interesting. Alright. Hey! It ain't gonna take that long to die, huh? Probably should have a strategy around this. Oh my god. Get to a house, but I ain't got no stamina. I'm dead. Oh shit. Yeah, that was bad. I definitely shouldn't have been playing out there like that. I shouldn't have ran by him. But I can definitely see that it's falling below. Especially when you got like a couple of things on you. So yeah, so if I look at them, I'm at 50. If I look away, I'm at 55.
Can you hear me at all?
Can you hear me? Oh. Is he saying to come in? He gonna help me? I don't want nobody wasting their stuff on me. So I don't really care to stay alive. I just wanted to crawl around a little bit while I could. Yeah, he's right there. Yep. Don't worry, pal. Well, when an enemy on the screen, it's still not bad. Don't waste your stuff. Thank you.
Hello. I was coming to get him too.
I really don't like people wasting stuff on me because I don't.
It's all good?
Yep. I don't even have anything. Like, I have no clue. Okay, lights on. How are the lights doing? In the building, we're hovering around 55. Can we go up the steps? Oh, we can. Let's climb up. I just want to get to a high peak area because we might be able to use this as our little test place. Raiders Refuge. Okay. It didn't fall below 50 yet, right? I don't think it has. We are doing a lot with the resolution, and we are at 30 TDP. Normally, I was playing this at 20. Let's see what we can get to if we were to lower the our magic number for this type of, you know, utilizing these resolution scalers is 60. But I'm way up higher than that. We usually go down to 68%. That might be a little too drastic, to be honest. Yeah, it's a lot blurrier. I mean, you'll stay above 60, but it's a little, it's a lot blurrier. I would much rather have a more stable image, just because the point is that you got to be able to see what's happening, and I can't even see what's happening here. I can see it, but it's not like a it's not good for movement to be showing as you move around, like the tree lines. Like you gotta want to see people too, and where stuff is happening. Oh no. Buddy, you trash. Oh. At least with the robot on the screen, we're still at 60. So 68% will probably get you to a lot 60 mostly, which is not bad. But again, I don't like the fizziness, right? So we're gonna go back. We're already at 30 TDP. We're giving it more power than I had on my recommended settings anyway. So we're gonna go back to gonna go back up here. It takes forever though to go back up. Maybe we cut our difference and we go to 85. We can cut the difference here. Potentially 85 will do the trick. But yeah, we're still fizzy when you move the camera. It's already bad enough, you know, but I'm surprised it's still even doing that because it's on FSR balanced. How is it having two different upscalers? Like, this is FSR balanced, you know? It's interesting. This is Arc Raiders. How much did you get your Legion? I got it when it first came out, so I got it for the original price. Now we're gonna go back. I'm gonna just try to move around a little bit more. Skip on. Don't they give you free kits on here or no? Is that not a thing on here? I could have sworn they gave you free kits. Oh, there we go. Free loadout. Ready up. Rate this handheld. Is it a little dark? Let me brighten this up a little bit as well. I don't even know what to rate this. I rated a you can get it for the original price. I rated an 8 out of 10. probably be a 10 out of 10 if it was $1,000. No, it wouldn't be a 10 out of 10. The ergonomics are trash. It'd probably be still an 8. And then you got to take into account the actual company that's making it and putting it together for you. They suck. Lenovo is not good at
Let's go to Raiders Refuge.
they're not good at providing you a experience or providing you updates, software updates, and actually supporting the device the way you would want it to be supported. So I'll take off a point for the price, take off a point for the ergonomics, and then I'll take a point off for Lenovo. So that's a 7 out of 10. Everything else is pretty nice. So like I said, we're going to the same place. We will be doing 1600 by 900 on the Ally X, and then we'll try it again at the 1080 just to see. We're gonna be at 30 TDP. Again, my settings originally were setting this at 20 TDP. Ain't nobody cares that you're here. Okay, great. I love this friendly game. But we got to get a bench test going, so I can't be going too many places. I just got to go to the same places, try to figure out if this is good settings or not. How y'all feeling about the picture quality? Do y'all feel like it looks smooth? I feel like I don't know. For these types of games, I think we do have RSR on, which if I'm not mistaken. What? It's not on. Might have to restart the game. What? I forget this is not Marathon. Why are you still up? Jeez. So nothing really changed on my settings. The Rattlers put in 0 work. What up, JL? What up? What up? What up? Not bad for real. Smooth is good. Yep. Okay. Well, yeah, these like I said, I'm trying to get to a just trying to do like a little bench test across the devices. So this is probably going to be the area we're going to be in for the rest of the day. Going up the ladder, seeing what the highest peak is when you kind of climbing up this ladder, because it looks like it just goes to high as possible when you climb up that ladder. Then it drops back down when you get back outside. In this area, we're around 62, 60, which isn't bad at all. Of course, when you got VRR on, we just turned on Radeon Super Resolution, so it was not on, and it's still not on. So I don't know if that's going to have an impact to overall visual and performance, but We're gonna have to restart the game to get that to populate and work. But the shimmer is under control. I'm not liking that you still get turns and you still see a little shimmer. I don't like that when I'm trying to play like FPS games. I'm trying to be very cautious, especially with extraction shooters. But honestly, this game has turned into more PvE focus than PvP focus, so I don't think it matters that much. And I think people will value the 60 over me just saying they value the 60 over me over the fluctuating. Now, the last test is that we're fluctuating around 60. When we get on the ladder, we're at 80. When we're moving around fighting stuff, we may be like 55, right? We're gonna go down to 20 TDP now. We are in efficiency. Just to kind of see if there's a difference when it comes to how much that power, because my recommended settings before were at 20 TDP, not 50, not 30, sorry. Okay, not atrocious, but we do lose that 60 experience a little, for sure. Okay, so we're sitting around 45, 47, 50 range when we're at 20 TDP. Let's get back on the ladder. What is this? Oh, it's just more stuff. See where we go back on the ladder. Highs now being in the 75-ish. Okay. It has a reconnect. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that in a sec. I just wanted to see what it looked like with RSR off. I'm almost certain it ain't gonna be no big difference, but we're gonna test it at both 20 TDP and 30. I know the visuals might change, but I don't think it's gonna have an impact on overall performance. Have you tried playing with an eGPU? No, I have not. I don't really need to. I have a system or a PC I use that has a 7900 XTX, and I ain't ran into no games I couldn't play. So I was thinking about upgrading to a 5080 pre-built, because I really don't want to build mine again, to be honest. I'm a little lazier than I was before. And plus parts are it's cheaper to find a deal on a pre-built than it is to try to build it yourself these days, to be honest. And if I was going 5080, 5090 range, it would probably be best to just do a pre-built. But I don't know yet. I don't really think I need to. Honestly, these games aren't like blowing me away when I play them at the highest settings. So I don't really care. And then I just GeForce Now stuff anyway. What up, DJ? Appreciate the follow, man. Thank you. All right. RSR should be on now. Yeah. Let's try to reconnect. Appreciate that, JL. Is it gonna let me? Okay, there we go. It's really that good if you got the right setup. Only time it's really, really good, JL, is if you're using like a PC. Like a really nice PC. Like a Legion Go 2 or a Steam Deck is nice, but I do get better performance if I'm using my high-end rig, to be honest. So, okay, RSR made it a lot sharper, which is good. I can tell the sharpness got improved. Shimmer is very much so there, but the sharpness improved. Now we are at 20 TDP, and we're now, you know, we got killed. I should have probably hid somewhere, but yeah, we're gonna come back in anyway. You so anti-streaming games? That's fair. That's fair. Me too. At some points, I feel like it's it feel like anytime I see even I'm so much more sensitive to a micro stutter on a stream game than I am to a game that's sitting on my piece, like playing it. It's not the latency. Never been a latency. It's literally a hiccup. Anytime a hiccup happens, I'm annoyed. Even if it happened on my PC too, I'm not annoyed for some reason. It's like a difference in feel, but I'm 100% annoyed if it happens while streaming. I think it's because it's a paid service versus my system itself. Whatever the case may be, it's almost got to be perfect. And in every way for me to be like happy. Which might be a little bit of a, you know, too much to ask, but my Steam Deck cannot play FIFA. What's my thoughts on laptops? They're cool. I don't have a use case for them. But they cool. They don't have like a I'm not anti-laptop, but it's just, you know, let's go back to our area. Dang, we pretty far from our area. Let's try to get back there. Oops.
Let's go to Raiders Refuge.
All right, let's go back to 30. I just want to test it 20 when I'm over there. I didn't really want to test it throughout the game. And so we know we're going to get like a 10 FPS difference there. So just be aware of that if you're using 20 over 30 in TDP. Dang, already?
Hello.
I ain't trying to meet up with nobody, bro. Just let me go do my thing, man. I do like the sound design on this game a lot. Oh, is that a Rocketeer? Oh no. I'm cooked. I do be doing the dumbest routes, don't I? I'm like wide in the open too. All right, we got RSR. We got RSR on now. Dang. Are we at like 80? Okay. We dropped like 5 FPS on that little area, but I didn't think RSR was that heavy. Yeah, 55, 56, 59, 56, 55, 58. Hold on, let me turn it RSR off. Oh, it actually does have an impact. Okay, let's turn it back on. I'd rather have it on than off. It does sharpen it. Okay. Well, it does have an impact, just so you are aware. But it does make the clarity a little bit better on this screen. Alright, we're going to try to hide for a sec. And come back in with the Xbox Ally X. See if we can just hurry up and hopefully nobody kills me. Okay. We got the footage. We got the settings. Shoot, I should have showed y'all my settings again. But we got them at the beginning, and I didn't change much outside of the resolution. So I would just notate that in my video when I do it, so you guys can have them. Actually, let me just do it because I don't like having it broken out. Idiot. I don't like having them broken up. I like to be able to easily edit this stuff because it takes a while and I don't got the time. Unfortunately, I have less time than I used to. I'm really trying to flesh out my full bench test, and I want a Legion Go S 32 gig Z1 Extreme Steam OS. I don't want to pay for it, and I really don't. But that would be like pretty much across. It'll hit all the areas. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to Steam OS and everybody's, you know. But I gotta see on that. I don't know. It's too much. Too much. Appreciate the follow. Is that Mustafa? Mustafa, thank you. Reconnect. We're going to quickly provide the settings, and then we're going to move on to the Xbox Ally X. Then after that, it is going to be the Steam Deck, and then the Xbox Ally followed up. Nobody killed me, but they put a... Oh, something died here. Okay. Settings. Here we go. We are at 1600 by 1000. Frame gen is off. VSync is off. Anti-lag is on. We have upscaling at 85%. We were at 100%, but now we're at 85%. Resolution scaling is FSR, and we are unbalanced. We are using, which is problematic because we're already at 59% on the render resolution there, and then we are at 85% overall on the upscaling. So that's a lot of the resolution breaking on top of already FSR, but we're going to try it Let me know what you guys think. Maybe you want to go back down to, go back up to 100%. Field of view is at 75. Motion blur is on. Motion blur intensity is 100. Global illumination is static. Overall quality level is custom. View distance is high. We have anti-aliasing medium, shadows high, post-processing medium, textures medium, effects low, reflections low, foliage is medium, global illumination is low, and then we have our performance overlays and all that stuff. Well, that's off, but idle energy saving and inactive window energy saving is on. Great for handhelds. All right, let's go ahead and switch, and we have RSR on. Let's go ahead and switch to, I want to make sure that my settings on the screen, yeah, 1600 by 1000. Okay. Let's go ahead and switch to the Xbox Ally X. Question I love to ask people. If you had a choice in between the 3 handheld systems you're comparing today for free, which one would you take? For free? Legion Go 2. It's free. If I'm looking for a pure handheld experience, I'm going Xbox Ally X. If I'm looking for something that's going to be used for more than just, handheld, I'm going with the Legion Go 2. I think the in all of its flaws, the purest handheld experience right now is the Xbox Ally X. So, flaws and all, doesn't matter. That's the purest handheld experience you're going to get. And if you don't know what a handheld experience means, it means that on top of being, it's the right decisions are made, regardless of how we feel about them. The right decisions are made. The form factor works. The price level makes sense. Handhelds have to hit a bunch of different boxes. That regardless of how we truly feel about the choice being made, makes sense. Just like the Steam Deck. So much of the Steam Deck makes sense. Regardless of how people feel about it, it makes sense. And that's the same way I feel about the Xbox Ally X. Regardless of how I feel about the screen, regardless of how I feel about the bezels, regardless of how I feel about the ports being on top, all of it makes sense. It's a handheld first. All the extra stuff to the wayside. So, regardless of how I feel about no trackpad, they're doing their best to make it possible to use this thing without ever needing a trackpad. So, it's the purest one. It's the purest form right now. What don't make sense about the Legion Go 2? Probably the screen size, ergonomics. It's not. I can't hold that thing for very long without it feeling tiring and exhausting. I don't take it places because it feels like it's too big and too complicated to move around with. The True Strike controllers, I've had one experience where one of them disconnected without me touching it, and that was scary enough for me to never want to move around with it without holding it with both hands. What else? Fingerprint sensor, hibernate versus sleep mode. Sleep functionally works on the Xbox Ally X. It does not work on the Legion Go 2 because their fingerprint sensor will wake it up if you graze it. What else? Buttons on the sides. Mapping those are pretty simple enough, but it kind of intrudes into the overall feel of it. I get cramps, like I said, I get cramps with that one. It's a lot of the ergonomic stuff, but the bigger part of it is that it's just too big of a device. So why is this not booting? It's weird. What just happened? It's not already running. It's not though. Well, it says it is, but it's not. Okay, let me stop it. Shooters on joysticks should be illegal. Man, what's up with y'all? You know what I mean? People play joysticks every day on shooters. Y'all think the PC race holding that game together, holding games together? Nah, man. It's us casuals. And what the heck is happening? What is taking so long? It's not playing on anything else. I'm gonna just restart. But yeah. First off, joysticks is not the superior but approach, but it's definitely the best. I ain't got to, like I feel like when I play with keyboard and mouse, I'm having fun, but I also feel like I'm doing work. I don't know. It's just a weird feeling. I feel like a joystick is just they mapped it right. It feels good. Ever since the 360 controller, I really haven't had a need to go back to learn keyboard and mouse. Um, Not saying one is superior than the other. I feel like PC, that on a technical level is the best. But I think that they have come up with a formula that will allow you to play any shooter um, very well with joysticks. I just think people, um, the biggest debate is all of the aim assist, which, it's a fair point, but are we here to have fun? I think so. I bought Arc Raiders on my Rogue Ally, played it tutorial, then never played it again. Yeah. I like Rogue. I like Arc Raiders. Definitely not that bad. No, this ain't Bazite I show. This is Windows 11. This is just full screen experience. Windows 11. That's it. I like to be the voice of Windows, even though they suck, while everybody else moves around. I'm like, I don't care to move around. I'm going to use the one that they are trying to fix actively. Same with Bazite, same with SteamOS. Um, but yeah, that's kind of where I got to take this call. One sec. All right, I'm back. I'm back. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. Why is it capped at 30? It can't be. It is? It is. All right, we got 30. CPU boost is off because we didn't have it on the other one. And we are at 1600 by 900. This is off because it needs to be off, and RSR is on. Okay. Oh, that's play night. So I did on my other. You can go check out my other stuff on my YouTube channel, but I use a custom. It's not custom, but I use Play Night as my front loader for the full screen experience, or Xbox mode now versus Xbox. So this is what's going to run every time. It's called Play Night. I really like it. It focuses up all my stuff, and I get to see all my other games as well. So it's really cool. I like it. And it looks a little dark, so I'm gonna brighten it up a little bit here. Sorry guys. I don't know why it looks dark. Hopefully that's better. Anyways, let's get back to the game. I don't like the Xbox store right now. They need to fix it.
5 minutes left. Go find a way home. I repeat, 5 minutes.
Oh, we only got 5 minutes? Ooh. Okay. Oh. It looks extremely dark right now. Is it the end game? Let's go to settings. Do they have something for display? They don't have a brightness slider? Am I tweaking? Okay, we don't got that much time, so let's do the borderless full screen. 1600 by 900. We did go down to 85, so we're going to do the same thing on here. All right, we are at balanced. We at 70. Were we at 75? I think we were at 75 on the other one. Shoot, I can't remember. Weren't we at 70? Yeah, we had 75. Okay. Motion blur was on. We were static. Overall quality was medium. Actually, it was custom. We had view distance high, and we had shadows high. Everything else was at medium, and then we had effects low, I believe. And and we had reflections low. Foliage was still medium, and then global illumination resolution was low. These were enabled. Oh no. Ugh. So freaking annoying, dude. Really? Okay, well, we're not getting numbers we were getting before. I'm not sure why. Anything I'm missing here, guys? Oh, why is there a limit? Why is there even a limit on? Let's just go to 120, I guess. Is that the death thing?
2 minutes left. Last chance to get out safely. I repeat.
We're at 67, 70. All right, let's get up here and do our little look around real quick. I don't know, it looks dark to me. Not necessarily working better. It's working, It's actually like very close. But the other one had a higher ceiling when we got on that ladder, because we was at like 80, 74. This one only stopped at 67, so it was able to push up a little bit more on that little random little area. But when you're looking around, it is dropping past 50, which rarely happened on the Legion. Or I don't remember it happening, but we gotta play back the footage. I gotta take a look at that. I don't remember it happening. We're gonna do a oh no, I didn't die. Thank you. Okay. We gotta start it off with the same area, but and we're at a lower resolution too. I mean, we're not at a lower resolution. We're at 1600 by 900 versus 1600 by 1000. So I'm actually kind of surprised. Maybe we need to restart it. Oh. Okay. All right, let's walk around. I gotta figure out the whole brightness level, because it feels like it's just over darkened and I can't figure out why. This is HUD visibility. This is graphics. Yeah. I don't think I have a brightness slider. There has to be some type of brightness. Headphones, accessibility, colorblind, crosshairs, keyboard and mouse. It got to be under general. No. Is my brightness really low on here? Maybe that's the problem. Oops. Yeah. Maybe that was the issue. Alright, we gotta go back in anyway. Appreciate you sharing the live. Bruce, around 50 FPS. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too, Hans. 55, 50, 50. It's got a little bit of a lower lower FPS than I was seeing on the Legion Go. It may need the CPU boost. We're gonna try that out, and we might have to go back and retest the Legion Go if we put it on efficiency mode. If we get some higher performance. RSR was also a big factor in like what we were seeing prior, but it was around like 57 when we turned 55, 57 when we turned on RSR. So that's a big component of it too. Honestly, I didn't expect that either. So let's go back to Blue Gate. Let's go to the free loadout. Let's ready up. But yeah, we had 30 TDP. We had 1600 by 900. We are doing, we do have RSR on as of now. Yeah, 30 TDP. We don't have, what we don't have on is CPU boost out, so. I dual booted my Xbox Ally X. It was hurting my soul knowing I could just get better experience. At least I didn't do what I did on my Legion Go and completely got rid of the Windows. Oh man, yeah. That man said it was hurting my soul. Where the heck am I? They just making it hard for me.
Go to Raiders Refuge.
Why do I feel like it's like also less stable? Isn't it weird? It looks good because of the smaller screen though. Maybe we can get away with no RSR. Let's see what RSR taking that off does for now. Dang. That's like a 6 FPL boost. Is RSR that bad? Nah, it ain't that bad. We just got a little bit performance kick. Nah, it's not that bad. That's just we just stopped, and I think that's what caused that up increase. I don't think it's that bad. All right, let's do we at 1600 by 900. We are at 30 TDP. We are at 85% on the scale, which is what we did on Legion Go. Regardless, you can get a good experience out of it. Trying to think of like what else would I would do here. Did we restart the game completely yet? We didn't. All right, let's restart the game completely. I think all we did was go to the home screen and go back in. But yeah, I got a video on my YouTube channel as well, going over the full install of Play Night and how we got the full screen experience for it to boot up into this and everything. It's very easy. Got some good people out there that know how to do stuff, and it basically acts as Xbox, and it's not like it's killing it or like a kill switch or anything like that. It's more of a actual embedded option in the Xbox mode experience. So if you go to your settings, you can click it, Play Night full screen experience or Xbox. So it does really help with that. And he did some updates recently so that it gets some more customization or optimization around it, which I recommend you guys checking out and taking a look at. But I really like Play Night as my full desktop or at least my full Xbox mode experience for the time being, until Xbox get their act together and make some real strong improvements. They did a lot of stuff in the last release. It's still not ready yet for me to kind of use it as my front end. I like Play Night just a lot better. You only gotta set it up once. I could just drop it on another system, good to go, so could not start the game. Easy. Okay, I think I'm doing too much. They don't really like that I'm doing all of this extra stuff. Maybe they don't like that I'm closing it out and coming back in. They're like, what is he doing? Maybe I got picked up by the anti-cheat. Have y'all seen that before? Let's go through Steam, see if that helps. I don't know. I'm just clicking. It is just going through Steam, but maybe that'll get its act together. I have no clue. But Not sure why we were failing here. Maybe something I can't just keep jumping in and out. I don't like that. I would think it matters. I think it's gonna work this time, maybe. Maybe. Please. Please work. Oh, it's just hitching. It worked. Perfect. Okay. We're back in action. We also got tested at 20 TDP. I'm expecting like a 10 FPS drop, so that'll put us at like 38, 39, 40. If we're at like 55-ish. Plus, I mean, maybe 45-ish, but it looked like it was having a harder time staying around where we were at with the Legion. But I'll take a look at the footage and kind of go from there. But I want to try CPU boost, see if that doesn't have any impact. Stuff like that.
Hey, don't shoot!
Yeah, I know.
Don't shoot!
All right, so let's look at our everything is correct. So the next thing we want to do is get to our spot, which our ping has went away on the map. And then we want to, see, we had 71% on the CPU, which tells me, yeah, we might want to go to CPU boost on this game. Okay. Let's run there at 30. See if we can get there without getting killed. Y'all hear that? What the heck is it? What the heck is that? I can already tell we're gonna probably need to go to a 30 FPS experience on the Xbox Ally X. I mean the Xbox Ally and the Steam Deck. Hopefully not. We can get to a 40, hopefully, because that's what the target is. Because I don't believe we're ever going to get to a 60. So don't see how we can play these types of games at 40. But I'd much rather have a target of 40 than a target of 60 that looks like mush. Oh my god. Who is that, a person or is that a... I couldn't tell. What? Something's following me. Does he see me? Oh yeah, he sees me. What? Oh, cook. No! Bro. I was just trying to get to my little bench area. Yeah, that's what they gotta do to me. Alright, let's try again. You mostly get around 30 FPS on the Steam Deck? Nice. Okay. We'll be checking it out here shortly. Uh-oh. I've already been an hour and 12 minutes in. We gotta speed this up. One more chance and then we're gonna switch over to Steam Deck. We still gotta test that 20 TDP. Maybe 25. Maybe we split the difference and we update to 25 TDP. We're gonna test at 20 anyway, just so we can see where we at, but probably the recommendation will probably be at 25 TDP. For both the Legion Go 2 and the Xbox Ally. I don't think that we should really worry about the drops to try to stick to a 60. If you really want it, you can just go down to 68% on the scaling. But again, why would they do this again, bro? Why am I all the way over here?
Let's go to Raiders Refuge.
Put your weapon away, bro. Y'all irritate my soul. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, I could test bench somewhere else, but I just feel like I already got the footage on the Legion. Maybe I should just surrender and try again. I don't think I'm gonna make it without getting killed. You would think it'd be easy. And there's somebody always dying over there. Is that a hot spot? and being that this is probably the most demanding, or at least close to one of the more demanding areas, that's a good thing that we're still staying strong. Because when you go inside, you definitely will be at 60. So that's a good thing. One additional thing I will let you guys know is that even though the battery on the Legion Go 2 is technically bigger, optimizations around low power states, menus, blase, always allows my Legion Go 2 to outlast my my Xbox Ally X to outlast the Legion Go 2. Just a FYI. So sometimes the battery just doesn't matter as much if you're not optimizing around everything. So the Ally, Rogue, and all of them, what they do around their system in low power states and when it needs to boost up and when it doesn't is far better than Legion's. So I have experienced quite drastic differences in playing 20 minutes on a Legion Go 2 and then playing 20 minutes on a Xbox Ally X. Just a FYI. Not saying that if you're running at high intensity that they're both not going to be around the same thing, but oh man, there's people here. It's just like idle state. Is the Xbox? I thought the Legion Go 2 had a bigger battery. Am I tripping? Let me ask. Legion Go 2 battery size. I thought it was 84 or 85. No, it's 70. Okay, what is the Xbox Ally X? Dang. I had it wrong? I could have sworn the Legion Go 2 had a bigger battery. No, I was wrong. Okay. Well, that actually makes sense then. But no. It makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, why would Legion go with a smaller battery? Never mind. It don't make no sense, but that makes sense as to why I feel like the battery is lasting longer. Obviously, like not that much of a difference, but there is the optimizations around it. But a straight performance, like just strictly thinking about it from the standpoint of, I just played a game, now I'm finna go switch to a different game, now I'm finna go sit and idle on the screen for a little bit, now I'm finna go do something else. Looking at that standpoint, there's like it's more than a 6 wattage difference in like ability to hold or maintain the battery life. So there has to be optimizations at play outside of just, 6 more wattage or capacity. But appreciate that, Jaya. Appreciate the clarification. So this is a hot spot. I mean, I'm glad I picked it then. A lot of people come here, a lot of stuff around here. Yeah, looking across the distance. We do have CPU boost on at this point. So we're going to turn that off for a second, see where it goes. Okay, definitely a CPU boost game, so we're going to have to enable that on the Legion as well. And then we're gonna also, we still have RSR on, on that as well. And then the next thing we want to do is just test that 20 TDP. Apply. Yeah, as I expected, like a 10 FPS difference. All right, let's look at it from a 25 TDP standpoint. All my EA games aren't working right now. EA installer giving an error. I don't know if I got an EA game on here. Oh, I do. I got Need for Speed. My Legion. Might be able to test that. It actually didn't show any. Did I not hit apply? Oh, this is not at 25. Shoot. Apologies. Okay, we get pretty much a lot of our performance back at 25. It's not bad. At least 7 FPS, which isn't bad at all. All right, we're gonna go hide, and hopefully we won't die while I try to switch. I gotta switch back to the Legion. Sorry. So we're gonna hide here, and we're gonna click exit. Maybe I shouldn't hide on a. Yeah, let me go down. Probably shouldn't hide on a ladder. And hopefully we don't die. Because we got to go back to the Legion Go 2. And we got to test. We got to test the CPU boost, or basically performance mode. And we also got to test that 25 TDP, stuff like that. Please stop already. Please stop. Okay, thank you. We gotta be quick. I don't want to have to go through that again. Dang, the screen big waved. Don't need too much zoom on this one. All right. So we're just going back to test CPU boost, or the performance mode, on the Legion Go 2, and also 30 TDP, 25 TDP, and 20, just so we can get a like for like look at that. Now this one will be running at 1600 by 1000 at 85%, whereas the output for the Rogue Ally X was at 1600 by 900. So just a FYI there. All right, we're gonna reconnect. Reconnect. Oh, nobody beat me up. Okay. See? I'm telling you. It's getting a little spicy. 82 on the ladder. We was at 69 on that other one. When we get up here, yeah, 66, 59. We go back down to, you know, close to same settings, but now we're gonna try performance. Really didn't change much on this guy. I do like the color pop on here. Not gonna lie to you guys. The colors are popping, but you know. And let's see. So now we're going to test it at 25 TDP really quickly. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same. Oh man, kind of annoying thing right here. Can they see me? Yeah, top of the house performance is a little bit better on here. We are seeing that same additional pushback, or if you're like, basically we're losing like 4 FPS if we go from 25 to 30. So let's go to 20 now and test that. Please hurry up before I get cooked. All right. So my recommendation will be the 25 TDP soft sweet spot. You are getting better resolution on here, obviously, as well, which is nice. So the Legion Go 2 is clearly ahead, in my opinion, on this one. Not by much, but it's still a valuable add there. We're going to stick with 25 at performance. Let it rock. We do have RSR on as well. And it's clearly just allowing it to go higher when you're looking at other places. Making sure there's no caps or anything on overall. Like for like settings. Alright. Let's see if we can switch to the Steam Deck in time. I wonder how much time I had left. I don't even know. All right. Back to zooming in. Then lastly, we're going to do the Xbox Ally. I gotta call my wife one moment. All right. My bad. Hopefully we can get in. Oh, I never fixed my thing, did I? Nope. Thumbnails. There we go. That was my fault. They're using TAAU. FSR is much worse, but it probably performs better. We're going to use TSSR at 85 for this. We're going to keep, we're going to try to do view distances medium and shadows medium. We're going to try to do, yeah, and we're going to do anti-aliasing medium. Everything else low, that's fine. Static, frame rate unlimited, Yeah. Okay. And we might actually be able to get somewhere on this thing. Thought it was gonna be abysmal. All right, let's go up. Now that we out here in the open, 30 FPS. Makes sense, makes sense. If we were to use FSR though, even though I feel like it's a bad option, we would get better performance.
All Raiders, we have ARC on screen. 5 minutes left. Go find a way home. I repeat, 5 minutes.
Let's do this, and then let's do this, and let's try to claw back a little bit of that resolution by going to 95. Because if we can get a steady 40, we winning. You know what I mean? Let's see what happens when we hit the zip line. What? Now, it's not my upscaler of choice, but it looks like we are capable of getting to a solid 40 at all times. And we got some shadows. It doesn't look like a PS3 game. It looks pretty good. That's not bad at all. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Let's get a little bit of enemies on us, because we only got 5 minutes anyway. And then we're gonna try to do the Xbox Ally. Oh! Got me on fire. Stop, drop, and roll. Jesus. Oh my God. I'm cooked. No. I don't even got no more. I think I used it. Going back to the ladder, G.
2 minutes left. Last chance to get out safely. I repeat, 2 minutes.
You think, yeah, FSR definitely gives better performance. That's what I'm using now. But it is impact to the overall visual, in my opinion. Unless you're saying you think, Hans, that you think it gives a better visual too. I disagree on that, but definitely gives better performance. And as long as we get to a 40, I'm fine. I'm not really tripping on anything else. I don't really need anything else outside of that, you know. Which I think you can get to over 40. So, okay. Oh no. Okay, that's not bad. I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna go to the I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. Here are the settings. Borderless full screen. VSync is off. Okay. Took too long. Let's do this again. Let's look at the settings. Alright, so if we're looking at settings wise, we're gonna go borderless full screen. VSync is off. Really doesn't matter. Just lock it to 40. Frame rate is unlimited. Resolution scaling is 95%, so 1216 by 760. We are using balanced with their render resolution being at 59% of that. Field of view is at 70. We're gonna leave it there because we was able to keep it at a lock 40, but other ones are at 75. We also will then have the static global illumination. Overlay quality is custom. View distance is medium. Anti-aliasing medium. Shadows medium. Post-processing low. Textures low. Effects low. Reflections low. Foliage low. Global illumination resolution is low. And then we have in-game performance overlay off. Idle energy saving at on. And inactive window energy saving on. So pretty easy to understand settings. 40 FPS is the target. You should be able to get there, lock it down, and you should be okay throughout the entirety of it. And a smooth 40 is much better than a fluctuating 60 in my opinion. So, all right, that is for that one. Let's go ahead and move to our ally. 1 second, guys. All right, back. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to the ally. Oh. Now, we could have done some more testing, of course, to try to see if we can get more performance out of it, but honestly, the key here is to get mostly shadows, post-processing up, anti-aliasing up, I want sharpness. Foliage isn't going to make or break the experience for me, so I don't really try to like push the envelope on that. Doesn't really matter to me. But if you want to, absolutely something you guys can kind of continue to test on. to see if you can get to some better medium settings or something like that. But for me, really is shadows. It really is sharpness, anti-alias, and all that good jazz. So I'm good. Zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Now we were able to get successfully to a 40 FPS using those optimized settings on the Steam Deck. This is a Windows-based handheld. It does have more TDP, and we will be turning on CPU boost. But we will see. We're going to go to 900p for this one. Start off, and then we will lower it if necessary. But because it is Windows-based, lower powered devices that don't have the overhead don't tend to do that great. But for me, there's still value in holding on to this and Windows-based device. So I do want to, like I said, include another device in the test bench, preferably the Legion Go SZ1 Extreme with the 32 gigs on Steam OS. Well, we'll see. Feel like right now we got a good we got a good bench. We have a good test bench right now with the 4 devices. Adding that one would probably just do the completion, but I think the Z2 Extremes are fairly close. It's just really the power management to me is the more impressive part. More so, I'll be interested in seeing like the differences of Z1 Extremes on Steam OS versus Z2 Extreme on Windows.
It's still there. I mean, it would be. It held together better than I thought it would.
It's preloaded shaders, so I'm gonna let it do that. I wonder if the other ones were preloaded shaders. I gotta go back and look. I'm sure it went faster, but I didn't even check that. There's so much stuff to take into account that you gotta be thinking about. I'm trying to think, oh yeah, I can just go to the video and we'll scroll back. Legion Go was fine. How about that ally? never went to the screen on that one. Unless did I restart once? It wasn't loading shaders, so I think that we were good there. It's the only one I show having like a preloading shaders cache thing. So let's give it a sec. We had 35% on that. I'm looking forward to Forza, but I did want to test it across all 4 devices. I'm not going to be able to because it's a Game Pass game. So I'm only going to be able to do the Xbox Ally, Legion Go 2, and the Xbox Ally X on that one. Trying to think which one I want to play tomorrow. It's either going to be Diablo 4 or Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I don't know which one yet. Ratchet and Clank is probably the most non-beneficial one because it's like I only can get that game to look good at 30 anyway. So is it really that important for me to show the differences, or if I should do Diablo, where the Xbox Ally X has a actual optimized profile for it, you know. But then I would have to. I want to own the DLC because I want to play it. Only played the main part. I don't know how beneficial it would be to just be testing the non-DLC areas. So I might have to play the game first and then test it. So I don't know. That's why I was thinking Rift Apart. We have 75%. So close to the shaders being compiled, we can go ahead and start it up and then take a look at it from there as well. Okay. Why is the screen... Can you just move this over? There we go. That's annoying. I believe the shader compiling finished, but we're going to just go ahead and restart just in case. Let's make sure RSR is on first. Okay, it is. And we're at 1600 by 9. Okay. Now remember, this is at 20 TDP. Steam Deck is at 15. We are pushing a little bit more resolution by 1600 by 900, while that one's at 1280 by 800. Which we might drop down to 1280 by 720p, which is be a more like for like look per se. CPU boost is on here as well. And it's already looking like we might need that 720p. Hello? Hello? There you are.
Go to Raiders Refuge.
I'm gonna cut across the left side here. They love putting me far away from my objective. I feel like I should just start with restart. They saying I'm having pain issues. All the way to the right.
Hello.
What up? Everybody's so friendly. I haven't had any concerns about getting shot yet. You can't use auto resolution on the go, John. It's only it's a Xbox Ally feature. Xbox Ally X feature, sorry. Like stuff is all around me. Definitely gonna have to go to 720p. And we're gonna have to go back up to 90. I think it was at 95. Because even as we approach, we're still at 30. So we're gonna go down to actually we're gonna go up to 95. And then we're gonna go to there we go. Then we're gonna go to 720p, which we can do through here. Okay. Okay, 720p now. It's still tanking pretty hard here. Definitely not getting us the 40 FPS that we were experiencing on the Steam Deck. Looking about a 10 FPS difference. And we do have RSR on. Let's see what happens if we turn that off. We do have CPU boost on as well. Sad to see it, but this is a 30 FPS experience on here, not a 40. Let's turn off CPU boost, see if it's the problem, because previously sometimes CPU boost would actually cause issues and not solve problems. Oh no. Okay. We got a clear stack ranking, which is nice. Oh. I hate this thing. Thanks, buddy. Whoever you are. There's a clear stack ranking.
Hey, Raider!
Yeah. I'm here. About to die. Anytime you go out of this, unfortunately, it looks like it unfocuses the screen, which it wasn't happening on the other one, but apparently it happens on here. So gotta tap it, get you back in there. But we throw a 30 FPS cap on here. And that will be the options. Unfortunately, this one isn't prepared for isn't ready for a 40 FPS experience. More than likely, if you were to put on SteamOS on here, you'll probably be able to get there, but we don't have SteamOS. So turn on some VSync. Might lose a little bit more latency, but it'll at least keep the pacing stable. Turn on a little motion blur, or at least increase the intensity of the motion blur. Maybe even turn it off VSync, but I think that's going to be the two. Oh, motion blur is off. We need to turn that back on. Needed for those lower 30 FPS experiences. But yeah, looks like this one is not going to be able to get to that 40 like the Steam Deck, but you still will be able to play it at 30, 720p, 95 on the upscaling method, FSR balance is still the case, with a little bit of shadows, with medium shadows, medium anti-aliasing. It'll be an okay experience, of course. Wish it could be better, but you could probably get some missions done or some whatever you're trying to do. I wouldn't be going against no real bosses with this, pretty much with any of the handhelds, but I feel a little bit better on the Legion Go 2 or Xbox Ally X. But yeah, okay. That's pretty much it. I'll be back tomorrow, to go over, not sure yet. I think it's going to be Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, but we will see on what I'm downloading and what I'll be planning on playing. But that's it for the stream for today. Thank you all for watching, tuning in, and joining. Thank you all for your support. Don't forget to go check out my content on YouTube. A lot of that optimizations, everything that I do, stuff talking about the Legion Go 2, Xbox Ally X, Xbox Ally. A lot of my videos around optimizations and what you should be doing, standard stuff. And then as well as some of my more custom things that I've done with Play Night being my front experience, even though this has been irking my nerves for the last couple of days. It literally makes it a small screen in the middle of your screen. Like, literally the function is still there. And the only way I can restore it is if I literally close it out. I gotta close out everything I'm doing. And it's like the most annoying thing ever. Even though it's not like, it's technically not a big deal, because when I go back into Play Night, I'm trying to switch a game, but why are you doing that? You know what I mean? So definitely some issues with the handling, but overall, yeah, that's how I play. I will be back tomorrow. Sorry for slapping in y'all ear. But thank y'all for watching. Appreciate the support. And I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Peace.